Okay, so this is gonna be like another one of these sorts of videos. I'm gonna get quite personal here and probably sensitive also. So please be aware of that. And this is another thing that also affected my LCD at the time. And speaking of that, I've also made a video on that. So if you haven't watched that already, I'll link it up here. I just talk about how I first got LCD and how it affected me as a person and what I'm doing to recover from it. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm almost over that hurdle. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking you back to a time where it was pretty much at its worst, and it was also around the time where I just felt quite down, really. And yeah, 2022 was my worst year of all time. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I've just said it. Uh, like it was kind of foreshadowed, really, to begin with. Like everything around like towards the end of 2021 was like opening up again. Operations were like returning back to normal, and during that time, I became a bit more introverted, and I just went into my own little shell and just didn't really do anything about it. Didn't really do much. It's just kind of the case for a lot of people, really, when they get like that. And yeah. Towards the beginning of the year, it wasn't really that bad. Like I just kept feeling sick a lot, and I could handle that. Like I've been sick before, but this one was like recurrence. Like I would every time I would like recover for like 1 or 2 days, I'll just feel sick again, and I was like, oh no, here we go again, another few days off, another yeah. That's probably another reason why I didn't really post much, and you could probably also hear it in my voice as well about how introverted I was then and my sickness. But yeah, it wasn't really that bad. But it was it was it wouldn't be until like February when things really started to go downhill really quick. And at the beginning of the month, I got heartbreaking news from my dad that my granddad had unfortunately passed away, and that effect really affected me. Like I had like lots of positive memories with my granddad. It was such a great person, and to hear that he had unfortunately passed away just made me feel down even more than I was, like almost depressed in a way. So yeah, and that's where everything just got even worse, especially like my OCD and just my mental state in general. Like I this that's why my that's why I started to feel more sleep deprived. Oh I just felt demotivated for making YouTube videos, and I just didn't really feel okay a lot of the time, even if I said I was. And then not long after that, it would get even worse, because then I got COVID. Yeah, I got it, and that just added on to the problems that had already just come in. So yeah, it was such a difficult, it was such a difficult time. A lot, like already within the beginning of, within like the first 2 months of that year, so much had happened, and just, I just didn't feel great at all. And then I kind of recovered for a little bit. It felt like March, April, May, June. Because, yeah, and not all things were bad throughout the year. That's why I got my gaming PC that year, and I also had went on like a nice holidays as well. But then it would be around July when those problems would kick in again. When I heard about Technoblade's death, and it was, I just felt, and because of all these, and because I already felt depressed enough, I basically didn't really give off a reaction. I just already felt mundane and just not really myself. And I kind of did like a bit of a tribute stream like a few days later, playing Bed Wars. But yeah, that it's a and those problems just lingered on for a little bit longer. And it just got to a point where I just couldn't deal with my LCD at that time. I was just saying no to a lot of the help that I got to recover. Because I just, at the time, just didn't. I just wanted to be left alone. Yeah. It wasn't really a great year. It just, like, I again, sorry for the long pauses. I'm just reflecting. I generally felt depressed. Almost. However, it wasn't. It could have been worse. Like, I I could have like ended up just not happy at all, and just completely introverted. But it was just like I was just mainly on like a lighter level of that. At least my family supports me, and I have some good friends as well that also helped me along the way. And so through the rest of 2022 and into 2023, that's when I would recover, and then start gaining that motivation for YouTube videos and general life, and then start sharing my passions to the world and pretty much be myself again. And here we are now. I'm making this video to you guys, talking about this, because I feel like if I do this, it will take a lot of weight off my shoulders. And yeah, and towards the end of the year, I wasn't particularly feeling that perfect, but at least I managed to get through it. And I was so glad that year was just over in general. And that's also where I started to improve, got better, and yeah. And I'm almost over it. I'm basically back to where I was back in 2020. It was such a tough time. But yeah. At least I got through it. And stayed strong. And recovered from then. I don't know what else to say about it. It was literally the worst year of all time for me. But yeah. And that's how 2022 was my worst year ever. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. It's been something that I've pondered about. Also. But yeah, I'm finally got to making this video, and hopefully you guys can share like similar stories of which one was your worst year and how it affected you during that time. I'd be happy to read those comments, and yeah, that's about it really. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.